if women date up and they claim they're the prize, and she is the prize in a relationship, then isn't that relationship destined to fail?
Say that again. Sorry.
So if women claims that she's the prize, isn't that relationship destined to fail because women date up?
I don't want to speak first.
Okay, why don't you? You're quiet. I feel like you got
Me?
it. Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
I just think the man is the head. I feel like the man is the head, the woman is the neck. We all work as one. So women don't actually know how much power they have in regards to, like, you could get a man to do something just by maybe advising or changing the way you speak, and it can be done. So if we're going technically, I would say yeah, because for her to be, what was the context of the question?
Prize.
So if she thinks she's the prize already, I already think like we need to understand that the man. You see, the word prize is a bit technical.
Have you ever seen a girl that like genuinely feels like she married down?
Oh,
And like that she runs the show. She is her husband by the.
It's like she walks all over him.
Yeah, does that like
it's
where
horrible to see.
I don't like that because I feel like the man, like, he's just disrespected
when he puts her on a pedestal, like Will Smith. Remember I called Will Smith before when he was. Remember at all the awards shows, girls don't like that. They don't respect that. But in that relationship, he felt like she was the prize, and now you have a guy in the top 1% of looks, money. I think it used to be muscles. Sorry, but like looking stupid. He looks like a fool because of his woman.
The whole like that relationship has failed then.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Jada doesn't.
And you're saying that's
Jada
because he looked at Jada as the prize. In the sense.
Partially,
He gave her the control, right?
Well, partially, yeah, because she like Jada wanted to be with a Tupac. That's when we go back to the bad boys and the nice guys.
Well,
because he picked a girl that'd been ran through by Tupac.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
So
turned him on
got-
to do that
he
at
got
the time.
he got Tupac's leftovers.
Yeah,
Can I
but
ask something?
Tupac.
Go ahead.
So I think you mentioned something where you said it was along the lines of you guys have basically gassed up the girl to make her, like you said, she thinks people like her but they don't. It's just her looks. So therefore you guys have played that role. But I was also going to say, you know how the term women are mad? I think we are visibly more mad because we act out. I also think there are some guys, whether it's narcissistic tendencies or psychologically, they may, and it's not seen on social media or it's not seen out there. All we see is the woman going mad, the woman burning shoes, the woman doing this. But I feel like sometimes you get a lot of mad men who, I don't know what they studied, but they get into a woman's head and it may not be like he's actively doing something. But
those men were raised by women. I'll tell you that now. Those men weren't raised by men. What those tendencies you're talking about, the acts of manipulation, getting into your head, that's what women do. That's what women do to their husbands. That's what women do when they have kids. That's women. So the men you're talking about goes back to women.
Angry woman. Let's clarify. It's an angry
and
woman.
at the end of the day, women are in control of relationships. I know men get to pick who they're in a relationship with, but you could argue that women are in control because we're in control of sex. And these days that seems to come first. So we're picking. So if we hate the toxic and we hate the manipulative guys, why are we sleeping with them?
And then creating more of them by having babies and not staying with the guy.
I think, can I just add to this conversation? So for me, we use this term toxic masculinity. I don't believe that you can be masculine and be toxic. You're either toxic and you're not serving your purpose, so you're not a man. I don't know if you would agree or not.
I don't think toxic masculinity is a real thing. I think
No,
that's
that's what
something.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real thing.
It's not. You can't be masculine and be toxic. You're just not masculine. So if you have toxic traits, when you look back at people, these men who are on social media shouting, carrying on a certain way, feeding into a certain type of dynamic, these are the same women that flock to those same men. And we have to ask ourselves, why are we flocking to them? Is it because we see a similarity? But
because women love drama.
No, but that's what I was about to say. Do we see the similarity between ourselves and that man?
So you think it's a feminine trait?
It is a feminine trait. So
No, women love drama.
No,
that's why. Yeah, women love drama.
A lot of women love drama because it feeds into their emotional need to feel.
Why don't women watch the NBA? Why don't women watch the NBA where a team is coming together but they watch the Kardashians?
Well,
But that's what I'm saying.
Or
It's
The
not
Bachelor.
all, but that's what I'm saying. Wait,
It's not all,
Generally
but I'm saying
speaking.
So are we
generally
like
speaking,
majority over
women,
minority?
women like drama. Generally
Well,
speaking,
When it first of all, I can say they wouldn't watch the NBA because it doesn't feed into their validation circuit. Second of all, it doesn't feed into their emotional circuit.
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't have drama.
So, no,
Yeah.
one second. So, with the Kardashians, I've never watched them, so I don't really know. But I will say it is tailored to appeal to women to validate their need to have superficial. Am I talking so much? But superficial gains and having the high value man that they deserve. You know, look at the social circles that we're in. It's very messy because of where we are in the social classes. If you look at people with more money, they know how to cover their stuff up. They know how to, okay, I'm going to mess around over here, but when I turn 30 or 35, I'm going to marry a woman who's in my social class. We're going to have our stuff together and we're going to have kids and we're going to have a family. I might take coke in the back or I might do my thing. No, this is real life. When you're in a class, a lower class, like myself, everyone here, working class, we're messy. We jump from this to that and whatever we can get. It's a free for all.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I partially agree with what she's saying because let's say I've had friends maybe in a higher social class, you realize that they really cover each other.
Yeah.
And I've realized whether it's illegal, whether it's not legal, whether it's drugs, whether it's sex, even with like the whole.
What do you mean cover each other?
So as in, let's say there's a scandal.
Okay.
We're gonna sign an NDA. And we're going to keep this between us. It's not going to go anywhere. It's covered. Whereas I get what she's saying.
Then
But
why is Hollywood so messy?
But then it comes
It's
out.
entertainment, it's money.
Like, I feel like Hollywood is not a real place. I feel like it's just, it's drama. Literally, it's make-believe and it's drama. I feel like when you go into the real world and you start meeting real people, those classes, someone's son has knocked over someone, attempted no, it's
I agree with
covered.
you. Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I feel like as people, you need to understand and try and delve into different social classes to understand that stop staying where you are. That's how you're.
But the point is that women in general like drama.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but it
Generally,
feeds
not-
into
not
their
everyone.
emotional needs. That's
Because like
what
she
it is.
said.
But it doesn't matter. Like where? Who cares why? We just do.
One, it's attention. Women love attention. Let's get it right. Attention, we love it. Different varies from woman to woman. Me personally, I can do without it. Probably the ladies here could agree. Limited attention. We don't need that whole spotlight. And then the validation, that's what carries it. If you're getting validated by 300 girls on social media talking about, I love you, you're right, you should do this, you should
That
do
doesn't
that.
happen for men though. I'm saying like average look, they done studies, average looking girls get more messages than top 10% guys.
Yeah.
But then question for the girls quickly, yeah. So I think you agreed that less attention would be good, right?
The age I'm at,
Yeah, I don't
So would you
care.
stop wearing makeup and doing that yourself?
Okay, so so just a bit of backstory. I was a tomboy up until very recently. I just about learned how to do makeup the other day. I think it's just about I can go out confidently without wearing makeup. I would prefer not to wear it. It's very annoying. Unless there's a special occasion, I might wear it. But that's what I'm saying. There's a minority, then there's generalism. I personally, I don't like it. I just feel like.
Do you guys have Instagram?
Yeah. So like.
So how can you say you hate attention if you have Instagram?
So all of my socials are on private, and and I tell people this. I know everybody on my social media, as in whether it's secondary school. I'm not posting for clarification. If my thing would be open, if I wanted, I'm posting for maybe family updates or because I like traveling. I'm showing what I'm doing. So that's what I'm saying. I might be the minority, but I get it.
But
Majority of my
even on a
friends
small,
like it.
even on a small scale though, you're still looking for attention in some level.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'm not saying
otherwise
saying
you'll
you're
be
not.
on camera roll.
I'm not saying you're not to the level of like the girls posting their ass on IG.
Yeah, so some
I get
form of
it, but like
interaction,
yeah, but
Because even though I know everyone, you're right. If I'm on holiday, or I'll be like, oh, let's interact. Oh, where are you? What are you doing? So I do agree with that. But I'm just very private. That's me as a person. I just think everybody's.
Would you girls delete your Insta for your boyfriends?
No.
For my husband or my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Boyfriend, nope.
Why not?
What about your husband?
If my husband didn't want me to have social media and we had a conversation, I would, first of all, I need to understand why. And then I probably would do it.
Wait, how could you be submissive if you wouldn't delete your social media for your
Because
boyfriend?
that's like my husband telling me, okay, you're a bit, you're an extrovert, tone it down. So where, so where do you say it's controlling, and where do you say it's because maybe he might not want me out there?
What would be
I
a
think
valid
it's
reason
better
for you
from-
deleting it?
So say that again.
What would be a valid reason for you
Okay,
deleting
so
it?
I've known someone who their partner was on socials, and but it was like she was a bit out there, so can you delete it? I think that's a genuinely good reason. If you're genuinely posting for your family and friends, it's not like you're doing anything mad. Like he has access to your DMs or you look at each other's phones.
But if you don't care that much about Instagram, then why would you care to like? Because wouldn't part of being submissive be deleting it because he wants you to?
But my whole point is, when is it submissive and when is it controlling? Because my thing is, yes, there's no problem deleting it. However, explain to me why. If I'm not speaking to anyone on there, I update my family via socials. I see where my family are. If there's no valid reason, and that's what I'm saying, submission, yes, you should submit. But I feel like, when does it become like he's controlling you?
Well, you get to pick. So it's about picking a leader that you trust.
Exactly.
But it has to be a guy that you would trust enough that if he said, delete your Instagram, you know he's a good man and he has a good reason for it.
And a man like that would only ask you to delete your Instagram if he had a good reason anyway. I don't think a manipulative man saying delete your Instagram, I don't think he's a good man.
And I feel like Instagram's quite shallow. It would have like... Not like that, but it would have to be something bigger, like maybe change what you're wearing as we're going out, because I feel like Instagram's so fickle. It's not a big thing to me.
So why did you say no?
To the attention question,
No, to
I
the
think attention is
Instagram.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, to the deleting my Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I post a lot on my Instagram. My Instagram gets me money. So I'm not deleting my Instagram.
What if he was paying for the bills?
Oh, yeah, then I delete it.
Gone.
Yeah.